that is perfect. Good job, $6 disc. I want to find out if buying cheap discs is like totally fine or if you should be spending more money on like premium discs. So today I'm playing around with 4 really super cheap discs and 4 like what you would expect, you know, not super expensive discs, but expensive. So on the cheap side, I have a Pure, it was $11. An Area 51, which is an overstable approach disc similar to a Zone. This was $7. An M model US that I've had for a while, this was $11. And the Sagittarius, which was $6. And that's a combined total of $35 for 4 discs, which is amazing. And on the pricey side, we have a D3, which is $18. A Yan, which is $23. A Mako 3, which was $16, and a Pixel, it was $14, with a combined total of $71. So it's a big difference. Now, if the cheap ones score better, then I'll know that, well, I spent a lot of money on discs that I probably didn't need to buy. First up, D3. On the cheap side, Sagittarius. Well, Sagittarius hooked to my finger a little bit, so there's that. Also, I should mention, they're not a direct comparison. Sagittarius is a 13.5 -3.3. And the D3 is a 13.6 -2.2, and also the Sagittarius is really light. I think it's like 150 something grams. The Sagittarius is 151 grams, which is incredibly light. That's an easy tap in for par. The Pure, not so much. Okay, well, surprising no one after that terrible drive with the Sagittarius. The Pricey discs took it. And the cheap ones are won over. But I think hole 2 might tell a different story. Hole 2 is interesting because it's big downhill, but you don't want to throw a driver. I like throwing something like the Yan, or honestly a putter would be great, but I don't think a Pixel or a Pure will actually have the angle that I want, so I'm going to throw the Yan and then I'll throw the Area 51. Too much fade on that one. Area 51. Let's see if you can make up some points here. I did the same thing twice. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this Area 51 again. I still want to get around this gap to the right, or maybe around this gap to the left would be good. Ooh. That's what happens when you throw right out of the car, no warm-up. Alright, so I gotta throw in for par. I'm gonna use the Pure. Do my best. Yeah, it's a good layup. Pixel. Looks pretty good. Although I didn't realize how short I was. Ooh, that was close. That was very close. We're actually taking the same score. I gotta pull it together. Jeez, bogey and a bogey. Pricey still has the box on hole 3. It's a really short hole. I'm gonna throw my putters, even though I really don't want to throw my pixel because I don't want it to get too beat up. That's par. Oop, oop, juiced it. Oops. All right, Pricey still has the box on 4. Throw in the D3. Throw it on this backhand line, kind of offset from the tee pad, and just try to get down there. Ooh, yeah. Keep going. That works miraculously. Can I do justice to the Sagittarius? I think so. I think they're both in decent positions. The D3 might have snuck around the back just enough. Get close to the basket from the other side, past the guardian trees. The Sagittarius might not be in a perfect spot. Oh, but it's not bad at all. Yeah, there we go. Hole 5, it's time to show some love to the mid-ranges because the distance drivers are not going to work for this hole. I need them to like turn right, and both those distance drivers are like super overstable. At least they are for me. Pretty good. Now for the Mako 3. Ooh, sneak through. Oh, not quite. Throw the on. Ooh. Pure. I'm definitely a little surprised that Sheep still has the box on hole 6. So we're gonna throw the Sagittarius again. The idea is to kind of sneak through the right side. Let's see if I can pull that off today. Oh, that also kind of works. Good tree. D3, I've got to throw it down that right side. The Sagittarius got really lucky. There we go. Sure. Not a bad one. I gotta make a comebacker with this pure. Heck yeah. Saving the 3. Haha. And pixels. Gotta gimme. As in, give me a 3. Or I'll fold you in half. Haha, just kidding, I wouldn't do that. Gotta treat your discs with love. On hole 7, you definitely want to throw a mid-range, so that's what we're doing. And model US and Mako 3. Took the wide line on that one, geez. Mako 3. Much better line. Oh. Somehow I gave Pricey back the box, even though that pure should have gone in. Not that like I was robbed, but I should have been able to put that in the basket from the position I was in. All right, I'm throwing the D3. Normally I would try to go down like this kind of thin gap on this side with a putter, but the pure and the pixel aren't gonna fade enough, so we're taking the outside line with something overstable, trying to fade back into the basket. It's not the smartest play, but it's the only play I got right now. That worked out better than it should have. Wow. It's replication time with the Sagittarius. Oh my god. That was the luckiest kick that's ever happened. That's okay. Both taking pars. Hole 9 can be pretty tricky. Super long hole. Technically it's scored as a 3. UDisc calls it a 4. We're going to call that a 3 today. And the D3 is going on a forehand route. The Sagittarius probably is going to go on a backhand route, so not going to be super comparative. But it's what I need the discs to do. That is fine. I gotta remind myself, you are a light disc, I will gank you. Don't do that. Almost worked. Forgot a mini, so that stick is going to be my mini. I'm going to throw this again, and I gotta get it like, oh man, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Oh. Wow, this is gonna be a bad score for the cheap one. Oh. Wow, oh, at least it's open. You taking my my shot for bogey. I'm throwing the area 51 again. That is just fine. Mako 3 time. Had a rough kick, but it's nearly there. That's where my funsy ended. This is what I normally throw to, the insanity. I love this disc. Oh, it's such a good disc. Oh, too much either. Alright, now we gotta find the Mako and drain it for a par. Okay, so through the front 9, I think the Pricey are doing a bit better, but not by that much. Back 9 will maybe tell a different story. Pricey's got the box on hole 10. I think that's fine. Ooh, is it gonna come back? Yes. I mean, it hit that tree, but that's totally fine. That's where the D3 ended up. A little bit pinched off. That is totally fine. Not a whole lot I could do from where I was. Except maybe go wide, but Pixel wouldn't come back for that. The question now becomes, can I put this in for a 2? Man, that was close. It doesn't have to glide. So they both took a 3. So, ooh. Why does everything want to go in my eyes? Hole 11. Pricey's up first. This should go really well. I'm hitting a lot of trees today. And honestly, I don't think it's all me. Let's try the same thing. I am not good at forehanding that disc. Basket is like behind all of these trees, like right over here. So I think I can kind of take this wide route. Yeah, it's pretty good. Might have been a little far. And this is what you call a death putt. Well, well, well. How the turntable turns, and on the turntable, hole 12, and I really want this to have some late turn to it. Early turn. Good kick. That'll play. Ooh, big skip though. Not ideal. This is going to be really overstable. Oh, that's okay though. Wow, that got through. Okay. I'll take things I didn't expect to work out today for 400. What is the D3? Oh, it doesn't have any glide. I mean, it has glide. It's a 3.3 -1.1, but compared to like the Pixel, it's a 2.4, or the Intercore, which is a lightweight disc. It's like a 2.5, I think. Pixel for free. Sure. Just doesn't make that. Hole 13 is a little awkward. I need it to be less stable than this D3 is for me, so maybe the Sagittarius will be good at this hole. Oh yeah, that's not a good spot at all. That's terrible. Okay, Sagittarius, let's fix that. Yep. Lights out, that'll be perfect. That is perfect. Good job, $6 disc. I'm gonna try throwing the yawn from this terrible position. I honestly think I have a really long look for par, but I kind of made it out of that gap, so good job. Nice. Hole 14 is a little short for me to throw a distance driver, so I'm gonna try this. And to keep things semi-even, we'll throw the Area 51 as well. Score's not going to be even though. That Area 51 is legit one of my favorite discs. I have that in the clandestine plastic. It's a little bit more expensive, but like still not that much more expensive. Thank you, Doomsday. And it is my new zone. Never mind about score not being even. The Pricey discs will not give up the T-pad. And I gotta figure out a way to sneak down this gap. Of course. Let's try the M Model S for the cheap ones. Pretty close. Skin didn't give it enough spin. There we go. So par and par, because that's a gimme. A gimme for me. Okay. Throwing the D3 off the tee here. It's quite a long hole. It's 368 feet, all downhill. I gotta get over the dead trees in the fairway that just fell the other day, so see if I can make it happen. A little short, but it's in the fairway in a nice spot. Sagittarius. That was okay. That was getting really sneaky. Not the best idea, I guess. Throw the pixel. Just put it right with the pure. Yep, Mako 3 would have been better. So she takes that 3. Pricey barely snuck in there with a bogey. I can't wait to see what the score is, because I still think Pricey has it, because the Sagittarius, I just couldn't get to work on hole 9. But I don't think it's that far off. Okay, hole 17, and the cheap one's up first. Now for the D3. That went pretty long, but it's okay. So the Sagittarius outdrove the D3, but that's actually not that surprising. Because it's a lighter disc and it's it's actually flippy, it makes a really good distance driver in open fields. Didn't get the... Oh man. Oh, off the top. Couple of 4s. Some final thoughts before we throw in 18. I think the cheap discs are worth it. Now, hear me out. They are going to get beaten in a lot more quickly. They have a different flight because they're base plastic, so they're a little flippier. But the cost difference is big, and if you're trying to save money and explore some new options, maybe pick up some cheap discs. I am a big fan of used discs. In fact, this Lone Hell 3 from Discmania was $8 because I got it used. So, used discs, good. New cheap discs, good. We got one more hole left. I think Pricey has the no. Oh, Cheap. Cheap has the T-box. So let's see if Cheap can win this final hole. Because I'm so curious to see what the scores are. Because I have no idea right now. I have that feature turned off on UDisc, so. Okay. Throw the Sagittarius. This right side. That is beautiful except for that tree. D3. Might be a little bit better. Throw in the Area 51. A little too much. A little bit. The D3 is within putting range, so I'm going to throw the pixel and just try to end left if I miss. Oh,
Yes, okay, thank you.
I have the final scores. And honestly, I'm not shocked, but it was pretty close. Pricey scored 1 under, which is great. It's a really good score. And the cheap scored 4 over, which, like, what is that? A $40 difference-ish? I forget what the totals were, but it's almost a $40 difference. I think it's $36, right? So is $36 worth 5 extra strokes? Maybe. Especially if you're playing casually, Jesus. Let me know what you want to see next. Happy to go back to the Bagger Banish series or do something else like this. See you in the next one. Bye.